E-Butter go crazy. Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say that shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up. Turn me up, yeah. Fresh to death on camouflage. Gotta keep a foot up on their necks cause they might sabotage. I ain't come for peace, I brought the mask, bout to terrorize. Step. If you ain't hating, nigga, keep that bullshit to yourself. Get my bop on you niggas. Don't never question if I'm a real nigga. I get a lot for you niggas. Bitch, they thought I was finished, but I got a lot for you niggas. Lil John on them niggas. I'm the Braun on them niggas. I'm the hottest in the business. Okay, put me in the mix. I can tell you used to lame niggas that ain't this. Think you coming up a bag, you ain't getting shit. You say wanna fuck, but now she see a nigga lit. Country for life in this bitch. Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up.
YouTube. What's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And today's live is game day. It's week 2. Let's go. Let's start your studs. Let's get these championships. So, guys, with no further ado, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. I said what I said. This is cutting edge content. So, before we begin, guys, let me shoot out a couple of the members in the chat. I see you, Aaron Holloway. I see you, Aaron Holloway. What's up, bro? I see you, D Lion. I see you. I see you, Siobhan. I see you, Big Will. I see you, Elisa. Appreciate you guys. And I will get to everybody comment. But if you are a member, usually I get to those a little bit faster than the other ones. Or if you super chat, you will get your comment pulled up quicker. So appreciate everybody being here. But before we get started, let's look at the weather on these games. And this is brought to you by Siobhan. I mean, not Siobhan. I'm sorry. Charlene. I'm sorry, Siobhan. This is brought to you by Charlene. She always likes me to talk about the weather. So let me look at some of these weather games. Okay, here we go right now. Okay, quit acting funny. Share. This thing is not sharing. Has blocked the screen. Click the screen icon to address to allow access. Reload page. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's share the screen. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. All right, let me take myself out of it. There we go. Okay, so you see right here, it says the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints game that's starting at 1 o'clock. It's 86 degrees. Who cares? It's inside of a dome. Dallas has the retractable dome. We got Tampa Bay and Detroit starting at 1 o'clock. We got 81 degrees. Who cares? That's another dorm game. Okay, we got an outside game here. We got Indianapolis and Green Bay, but it's 81 degrees. That's great weather for football. Partly cloudy. You can't get any better than that for football weather. Oh, so we're not worried about that game. Now, we do got a game right here for the Tennessee Titans and the New York Jets that has a slight chance of thunderstorms. But again, do not let that get you off your studs. Play your studs. Play your studs. We got San Francisco, Minnesota, another dorm game. We're going to play our studs. 81 degrees. Who cares? It's a dorm. Then we got an outside game. And guys, while we're doing it right now, I want to let you know, New England is a sneaky defense. That's my defense DST start of the week, per se, if you wanted me to do a start of the week. Also, I think they could upset Seattle. So maybe taking the points could be a good play today. But anyway, it's 76 degrees outside in New England. That's good weather for New England. They got probably about another month before the weather changes in New England. So great weather for today so far. Then we got the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants is at Washington, 78 degrees, partly cloudy, great weather, no rain in sight. Play your studs. Then we got the Chargers and Carolina Panthers, 77 degrees in North Carolina, mostly cloudy, but the wind is up 14 miles per hour. That's not really that big of a deal, but it's a little bit. Then we got the Baltimore Ravens and the Las Vegas Raiders. We're in Baltimore, 80 degrees. That's great weather in Baltimore. 13 miles per hour wind is up there a little bit, but good kickers in this game, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Try to play kickers that are in dorms. Now we got Cleveland and Jacksonville down in Florida. So 83 degrees, but it is a chance of rain showers. But the 16 miles per hour wind is a little bit up, so be aware of that. But I'm still playing my guys. I'm still playing Brian Thomas. Still playing Travis Etienne. I'm still playing. I got Deshaun Watson in the league. I'm playing him. I'm playing Ford. and Maury Cooper. I'm still playing my studs. And we got the 4 o'clock game. We got the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. This is a rivalry game inside the division, but it is inside of a dorm and it's very, very hot. Who cares about the rain? It's inside of a dorm. Then we got an outside game. We got Pittsburgh and Denver. 88 degrees in Denver. That's pretty high in Denver this time of year. Only 8 miles per hour wind. That's low. Slight chance of rain. We're not really worried about that. That's a good weather game for Denver this time of the year. Move on to Cincinnati and Kansas City. 86 degrees, clear. So play your studs. I know you heard Marquise Brown is out. He's out for the rest of the season. So if go ahead and get ready to play Xavier Worthy for the rest of the season. So now you just go play him, put him in the flex and play him. Don't put matchups on him because you're not going to be able to get him into your lineup playing him with matchups. Putting them up against like upper echelon guys, he can outdo those guys. So you just got to play him. Cincinnati, man, we still waiting on Joe Burrow, but it's a good weather game, mostly. We still waiting on Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and see what they're going to do. You got to play them if you drafted them. Moving on to the Houston and Chicago game, they inside of a dorm. In Houston, 6 miles per hour wind. We don't care. It's inside of a dorm. Let's watch the game. It's going to be a good game. I think Houston going to beat them. Atlanta and Philly, outside is some chance of rain showers, but I'm okay with that. Some people are trying to pivot off of AJ Brown because of the injuries. I understand it. I'm going to play my studs if they healthy. I don't want to sit anybody that's going to be out there. They wouldn't play him if he wasn't going to get any targets. I believe this early in the season, they already won 1 game, so why not sit him if something's wrong with him? So if he plays, I say start him. So yeah, they playing against Atlanta. Let's see what Kirk Cousins is going to do today. 7 miles per hour wind is nothing. So don't worry about the rain. All right, guys, that's it. Let's get out of here. All right. Let's start getting to some of these questions in the chat. Yes, sir. All right. Let's look at, I also want to talk about some guys, some of these injuries. Let's see what I can find. So, guys, Tua, he's not looking to retire. Tua's not looking to retire. So, he's probably going to come back sometime. I say about week 8, week 7. To me, that sounds safe. I wouldn't bring him back before then. I would make him miss about 4 games. That's what I would do. So if you got Tyreek and Waddle, just hold on to the put your seatbelt on and go along for the ride and see what happens. Don't drop them for chopped liver. Then you got Christian McCaffrey facing 6+ week absent, guys. So he could be out for 6 weeks. So that it is what it is. That's how fantasy happens, man. I don't let injuries bother me or hurt my decision making skills. Let's see. They said that Justin Fields could keep the starting job with a win. So if you got Justin Fields, you should feel great about that. So if he wins today, he might be the quarterback for the rest of the season. Tua's meeting with a neurologist, so they talking about him meeting up with a neurologist, but I still think they said he's not going to retire though. Josh Downs could be 50-50, but I wouldn't worry about playing him today. Go ahead and play A.D. Mitchell and Michael Pittman for their team. And you can play Alec Pierce if you're in a deep league. I wouldn't play him in a 12-team league. Looks like Rome Odunze is going to play today. DJ Moore is a start. Keenan Allen is the game time decision. I'm still starting DJ Moore. Joshua Palmer from the Chargers is likely to play today. Joshua Palmer from the Chargers. But I'm definitely playing Ladd. Ladd is the best wide receiver right now in fantasy for that team. Puka Nacua is facing a 5 to 7 week absence. So he's going to be out probably the same amount of time as CMC. Maybe even longer. Who knows, right? Make sure he's 100% healthy is the main thing. Let's see. Jameson Williams is trending towards playing. That makes me a little bit nervous, but I do believe Amon-Ra will break out today. Will have not break out, but have his big game. He didn't have a good game last week. So, but Jameson Williams, you can start him if you want to. I'm a little bit nervous with him being as a game time decision kind of. Let me see if I see anything else, guys. Anything else that we should be talking about. Sean Clifford is the backup for Malik Willis. So if he goes out and struggle really, really bad, Sean Clifford can't come in the game. AJ Brown is officially questionable for Monday, not today, for Monday. And Jordan Love will not be playing. He's downgraded to doubtful, but we don't know when he's going to be. He could be back next week. I seriously doubt that. They didn't put him on IR. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything else, guys. I think that's it. All right, let's get to some of these questions. Let's win these championships. All right. Let's see here. Elisa says, good morning, TD. ETN, Mason, or Brian Robinson Jr. Pick 2 half-point PPR. I'm going Mason and ETN. Mason and ETN. Dustin says, I need one for flex position. Okay, I don't know what the question. Who you got? I need one for the flex position. Let me know who you're trying to start. Tron says, what up, TD? You said what you said. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning, Big Will. Big Will in the house. Watch your mouth. What's up, Big Will? Big Will says, good morning, fam. I had Keenan Allen in my lineup, but now I'm hearing he'll be used sparingly. Should I chance it with him or go with Christian Watson or Justice Hill? I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I think he's the safer play than Christian Watson. And it might be a tie between him and Justice Hill. But the way my teams are set up, I would play Christian Watson for the boom. I would just take him out, and hopefully you got a really good squad and just play for the Christian Watson boom. And whatever he give you, be okay with it. Now, if you have a mentality of I got to have some points and I got to be safe, then I would say Keenan Allen probably you need to wait to see what is going to happen with him because I think he's the safest play. But I would go with the boom for Christian Watson. That's just me the way my lineups are built. Travis says, what up? What up? What's up, bruh? Dustin Pooh says, I need one for the flex. Xavier Worthy, Harrison Jr., Sharp, Singletary, McBride. Woo, man. So I see you got server tight ends because you got McBride and you can play him for the flex. But I would probably play it's close between Xavier Worthy and Charbonnet. I like Trey McBride, but I'm not going to tell you to put him in the flex right now. He needs to have a big game first. He had the targets, but he needs a big game. You can play tight ends in the flex, but I would say you need a big game first. So I would say Xavier Worthy slightly off the hair of my chin over Charbonnet. Charbonnet got a pretty decent tough matchup against that New England Patriots defense. So I'm going to go with Xavier Worthy playing with an elite quarterback like Pat Mahomes, and he knows he's the starter for the rest of the season that Marquise Brown has went out. So I would say Xavier Worthy over Charbonnet. But I do like Charbonnet. I do believe all these guys are starters in certain instances on your team. I do believe Harrison Jr. is a starter. I think you just roll him out there. You don't get super cute. Because I know right now you might not want to tell me where you drafted him at because people are kind of embarrassed about what happened week 1 and also some of the rumors that him and Collar are getting into it and you drafted him in the beginning of the second round. And I told people to be careful with taking rookies there. It's just, I get it. Everybody wants the new Jamar Chase. We want the Puka. Don't look for that every year. I would love to be with J-Lo and I would love to marry Margot Robbie. But guess what? I had to marry the girl that is in my state that I'm mingling around, right? So I would say I would go ahead and play Xavier Worthy, man, over Harrison Jr., even though he has the draft capital. But if you draft him in the second round and you wanted to make sure you put him out there, I understand that too, man. So that's why I want to go on a soliloquy about all these guys outside of Singletary and McBride. I already eliminated those guys. Not that they suck, but Singletary is playing on a bad team that's not scoring a lot of points right now. So we need to see more from him. McBride is a tight end. We're not ready to put him in as a flex yet. He hasn't had a big game this year yet. Harrison Jr. has the draft capital. You would think he would have the targets, but we didn't see it. So that kind of worries me a little bit. And I didn't want to draft him because of that. Charbonnet is getting the full workload. Kenneth Walker's out, maybe for multiple games. So that's why he's up there, but he's got a tough matchup. But Xavier Worthy, man, is not going to never get a number one or number two corner. He's going to be moved around in a dynamic offense with Pat Mahomes, and I think this guy could boom. So I would say Xavier Worthy. Guys, I'm not skipping over the people that are not members, but that's just the name of the game. That's just how I do it. To make sure that my members are getting their perks. So I will get back to y'all questions. So don't think I'm gonna skip it. But if you want to skip the line, the super chat skips the line immediately. We got a super chat in the building. What's up, Jamar Joseph? What's up, bro? He says Xavier Worthy or Mason. I'm going with Mason over Worthy. That's close, but you got to go with the RB, even if though it's 4 PPR. I mean, this is an elite offensive running team. So I'm going with Mason. Appreciate the super chat, bro. Okay, let's see here. We got Tron in the building. Tron said someone in my league dropped D-Hop. He said someone in my league dropped D-Hop. Would you drop Brandon Cooks or DeMarcus Robinson for him? Let me see. No, I'm not. I think that offense is trash. Now I like D-Hop, but he has a meniscus tear, and he's trying to play on a meniscus tear at his age. I'm not doing it. Normally I would say hell yeah, do that. But now hold on. I mean, if I was to do it, I would do it with Brandon Cooks. I wouldn't do it with DeMarcus because DeMarcus is on a good offense. So if I was to do it, I would do it with Brandon Cooks. But I'm gonna say no, man. I'm gonna say hold off. But if you don't do it, I don't think it's a crazy move. I understand it. Black Banks, what's up, bruh? Dustin Pooh says, hit the like, guys. Yes, sir. Hit the like button. Let's get the likes up. Conscious Machine, hey, let's go, bruh. Conscious Machine says, Lawrence in for love here. Yes, sir. Great move. Black Bank says, need one starter, Ridley, Deontay Johnson, or Reed. Man, that's tough. That is very tough. I'm gonna go with Ridley. Reed, man, I like Reed, but Malik Willis is quarterback. I like Deontay Johnson, but we haven't seen that offense do nothing. So Ridley, yes, that offense didn't look great, but I think he's going to get the most targets out of these guys. I know that they want to get him the ball. Deontay, I know they want to get him the ball too, but do I trust Bryce Young or Will Levis? I probably might go with Will, even though I don't think Will is doesn't look good right now. So I'm gonna go with Ridley. Over those three guys. Sports Dog says, TD, 18 PPR Superflex. My 2 flex spots are DJ Moore and Terry McLaurin. I have Brian Robinson and J.K. Dobbins or ETN. I picked ETN up today. Would you switch my flex spots? Okay. So he says, TD, 18 PPR Superflex. My 2 flex spots are DJ Moore and Terry McLaurin. I have Brian Robinson, J.K. Dobbins or ETN. I would play ETN over J.K. Dobbins. I would play ETN over J.K. Dobbins. I would keep DJ Moore and Terry McLaurin in, and I would put ETN with J.K. Dobbins. Just stash J.K. Dobbins. What's going on, Harabi? Happy Sunday, bro. Conscious Machine says, my 2 flexes are Sutton and Javonte. My bench has Justice, Tajay Whitten, and Dobbs. Should I play the 2 Broncos or take a swing with a fly? I would play the 2 Broncos. I would play Sutton and Javonte. Javonte makes me nervous, but Sutton is a solid play to me. But Javonte makes me nervous. I don't know what the coach is going to do. I don't know what Sean Payton wants to do with the running back field. But yeah, I would play Sutton and Javonte, and I probably looking into the future, it would be between Javonte and Tajay. D Lion says AJ Brown Hammy just traded him away for Terry and a first. Yes, I think that's a good move. I faded AJ Brown. Not that he sucks; he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. But I just think Devontae Smith. This is his year. That's just it could be I could be biased, but me looking at it, I think they want to get Devontae Smith the ball a little bit more in the regular season and save AJ Brown for the playoffs. Because if they got him healthy and Devontae Smith healthy for the playoffs, they probably gonna win that first game. And that's the main reason. That's the main thing for this team. Jordan Whittington, he says, thank me later. Yeah, duo with Jaden Daniels, right? You got that stat. Zach Seaman says, start Brian Thomas Jr. over Jaden Reed. I would, with Malik Willis being the quarterback. And again, guys, I want to tell everybody, the ones who are not members, I'm not skipping your questions. You will get answered. But you just gotta wait till I go through the members' questions. The members get priority. But I will come back through on yours. If you want to skip the line, super chat or become a member. Got different tiers. I got $1 tier all the way up to a $20 tier. Dustin says, Worthy, Harrison Jr., McBride, Sharps, or Singletary. I think I did that question already, but I'll do it one more time. I will go with Worthy. Black Bank says Dowdle, Madison, Chase Brown, or Keenan Allen in the flex. Need one. If Keenan Allen plays and he starts, I would say Keenan Allen. If Keenan Allen doesn't play, that's nasty, man. I don't want to say Madison, man, but he looked good. He looked like the go-to guy. I guess I say Madison, but I don't feel great about it, Black Banks. I don't feel great about it. So if you wanted to play Dowdle or Chase Brown over him, or even to stick with Keenan Allen if he's healthy, then do that. I don't feel great about saying Madison, but Madison had the best game out of those guys outside of Keenan Allen last week. I don't feel great about it this week, though. Conscious Machine says Watson can't boom this week. He probably can't. But I'm gonna play him. Again, I don't look for to be precise with that. I'm trying to play bingo. I put my number as I-77. If that lady called it, I hit for bingo. If she don't, it's okay. I'm okay with that. Now I'm not gonna play Watson over Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm not gonna play him over Tank Dale. No, I'm not playing him over those guys, but I'm not putting in let me see here. Who was a guy? Trying to think of a guy. Like Alec Pierce. I'm not playing Alec Pierce over Christian Watson. I got my lineup set up where I can just play certain guys and I don't care what happens. That's how I play fantasy football. I don't care. I know what they can do, and I'm not going to sit here and try to play God and know how many targets he's going to get and how many touchdowns he's going to get. I just know that they do want to use this guy and he's healthy. That's how I feel. B. John or Brian. I'm playing B. John all day over Brian Robinson. Siobhan says, Guerrero was a drafted player. Was Mason a drafted player? I don't know if he was drafted or not, Siobhan. But I'm definitely playing Mason today. I picked up Guerrero, but think I like Yoshevitz. I don't care how his name is pronounced, Siobhan. I don't care if it's Iskovis or whatever. He's just too far down there. I don't really care. But I get what you're saying. But better, what do you think, TD? Yeah, I'm just playing Mason. Let's see here. Tron says, who would you start at the flex? PPR, McLaurin, JSN, Brandon, Cooks, Madison, or Sutton? I'm playing McLaurin. I'm playing McLaurin over those guys. Siobhan says, do you think Guerrero will get the touches while CMC is on our? He will get some touches. They're not going to run Mason 100% of the time. Guerrero might score here and there. I don't know if it's going to be good enough to play, but I'm definitely playing Mason. Dustin Pooh says Likely or McBride for tight end. You got to play McBride over Likely. I'm not switching my whole situation up in the middle of the season just because Likely went for 30 points. I would never play fantasy that way. So y'all gotta have to make your own decisions. And a lot of things that I see that y'all don't really listen to me until it comes down at the end. You don't understand the philosophy that I'm saying. I don't understand why would you just sit McBride down when you drafted him early. Now, if you got McBride like in the 9th or 10th round and you got Likely 2 rounds later, then yeah, play Likely. But why would you do that? Why would you miss McBride? He got 9 targets with he got 9 targets. So he just didn't have the boom game, but he got 9 targets. He's still the guy that you want him to be. Likely you can't play Likely over him. You're going to have to try to make a decision or trade somebody or play both of them. Play one at tight end, play the other one at the flex position. B Growing says, great call on Chicago D last week. Won me my week. Thank you, bro. Hey, I'm not going to even call it a call. I don't play in a lot of DST leagues, but I will play. I don't really put in a lot of stock in the DST. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't put a lot of stock. I know a couple good defenses, and I'm gonna play a matchup if I can do it. Other than that, I don't play in DST leagues. I'm more IDP. I'm playing in like 9 or 10 defensive spot leagues. That's just the leagues that I like to play in. But yeah, man, I appreciate it though, brother. I'm glad it worked out for you. We got a super chat in the building. We got Kyle Singer. What's up, bro? He says ETN or Ford. Pick one. Ford PPR. I think you got to play ETN over Ford. I want to get Ford out there, but ETN got the draft capital. And the reason why I do that, guys, I know you might say, well, what if a guy, you draft Jamar Chase and he only get 2 targets? Well, listen, Jamar Chase is not going to get 2 targets. So I'm going to play my stud guys because even if they have a bad game, I know that the team want to use them in the green zone. I know they want them to score. I know they want them to get plenty of targets. So just off of one bad game, I'm not going to move a guy down that I drafted in the 2nd or 3rd round just to put somebody in that had a good week, right? That's almost like you've been in a 5-year relationship and you break up with a girl just because a girl at Walmart said you was cute and she want to go on a date with you, right? Go dance with the girl that you came to the party with. That's how I see it. We got another super chat by Jamar. He says, Zay Flowers or Brian Robinson Jr. I'm going to go with full PPR. I'm going to go with Zay Flowers and full PPR, but that's a tough one. But those are really good players. I like Brian Robinson Jr. a lot. I talked about him a lot this season. A lot of people, all right, man, he's this and this, and he's this and this and this. Nobody's saying anything. All you do is sitting around waiting. Excuse me. All you sitting around and doing is waiting for one of my players to not hit. I know who you are. When it hits, it doesn't matter. Just move on from that. When it doesn't hit, then TD, that hit. This is not aging well. So I can't win for losing, but guess what? That's the YouTube. That's the way the YouTube does. But I do think it makes for good content to talk about it. I'm not gonna sit here and be like a robot and just read out content, act like ain't nothing being said, ain't nothing going on, and just keep doing it that way. I don't think that makes my channel be cutting edge. I think my channel's cutting edge because I'm gonna hold everybody, including myself, accountable. So I just want to give y'all that backdrop about how to look at your players. But this is a tough one, Jamar. I would say, I would go with Zay Flowers slightly, because it's 4 PPR. He's going to get 10 targets. Okay. All right, we did that one already. I'm going to do a Facebook question. Brian says, start 1, Jordan Mason, Tony Pollard, or Trey McBride. What's going on, Brian? Appreciate you being here, bro. Tiny and premium, 2 points per reception. I think you got to play Jordan Mason. If you can't play Jordan Mason now, you're not going to never really be able to play him. So it's going to be hard for me to take Jordan Mason off of a start list. Like, I think he's a top 5 RB far as in starts and sits. So I'm playing Jordan Mason. Perfect Black says Rashid Shaheed, Greg Dortch, Tank Beasley, Gabe Davis. I need one, TD. I would go with Rashid Shaheed. Rashid Shaheed. That's another one that I was on. I told people I'm not picking Chris Olave, and I'm not taking Chris Olave can play. He's out of position. I don't know how many times I got to keep saying it. And I'm not, it's not because I'm right. I don't care if Rashid Shaheed wouldn't have done shit last week. I still am not drafting on Chris Olave with no 2 targets. Why would you ever, like, Jamar Chase ain't never going out there for no 2 targets. Justin Jefferson ain't never going out there no 2 targets. Jalen Waddle ain't gonna never get no 2 targets. But y'all want to sit here and be drafting these guys just because somebody told you to draft them. If you know, listen, I'm not claiming that I know and I'm right. If you look at how I'm saying it, you will understand. Like, yeah, so yeah, why I'm gonna draft this guy in the second round that is very volatile week to week, and we always want to fuss and fight about when should I start him. Who in the hell wants that on their team, right? Who, this like me in a relationship? Who in the hell want a girl that's arguing all the time just because she fine and she look good, and my family think that that's the beautiful girl that I ever been with? I'm going to be with her? Hell no, she argued too much. Chris Olave is too damn volatile. I'm not starting him in my lineups. So I'm going with Rashid Shaheed till the wheels fall off. I don't care how many points he pull up, as long as he's healthy. Now, if he's not healthy, all that goes out the window. But if he's healthy, I'm playing my boom guys. And y'all want to see my lineups? If you stay, I can show you all my lineups. 80%, I won in 80% of my leagues. And the leagues that I did lost in, I couldn't get my players. You know, if I get my hand on Tyreek and Lamar and Amon-Ra, I'm winning my leagues. But all my leagues, I can't get them. Some guys are high on those guys too. So I just want to give y'all that 2 cents. Conscious Machine says, alert, Christian Watson, 30 point, 40 point. Hopefully, man, I'm gonna play him. I'm playing him. I'm just playing him, man. I mean, why would I can't sit him when I don't have anybody else better for that position? Now, if I got guys like Marvin Harrison Jr., I guess I'll bring him up. I'm playing him easily over Christian Watson today. But I'm not going to play Cortland. I don't know if I want to play Cortland Sutton over Christian Watson. I don't know if I want to do that this week. I need to see Cortland Sutton do something. Let's see. Okay, Brian says Mason is undrafted. Appreciate that, Ortega. Guys, I will get to everybody comment. I will get to everybody comment. Conscious Machine says Mason and Debo will get the carries from my perspective. Right, they will. Dustin Pooh says, thank you, TD. Anytime, bro. I got you. B. Growing says, pick one for flex. George Pickens, McLaurin, Calvin Ridley, or Brian Thomas Jr. I'm going with Terry McLaurin over those guys. I'm going with Terry McLaurin. And listen, if Terry McLaurin don't do it this week, guys, then maybe he's not going to have a breakout season. But I love Terry McLaurin as the only legitimate wide receiver for the Washington Commanders with Jaden Daniels. That's why I'm playing him. I'm not going off of what he did last week. I'm going off the potential of what he is. They got rid of a wide receiver and kept Terry. So he's nobody else. Diami Brown ain't getting 8 targets. Austin Eckler ain't getting 10 targets. Somebody got to get those targets. Somebody got to get those targets from Jaden Daniels, and I believe it's going to be Terry McLaurin. George Pickens got a tough matchup against the Denver Broncos. Calvin Ridley, I don't trust Will Levis that much. Brian Thomas Jr., I like him, but not quite. It's almost very, very close between him and Terry. I love Brian Thomas. He's going to keep getting better every week. But I would say Terry as in right now. Conscious Machine says, TD is right. Don't stray from the draft picks after week 1. I ask questions and ponder making moves, but sticking to my guys. Right. Like Javonte and Sutton is what I do, and it works. Right. Facts. I'm never going to tell y'all to go and pick my guys. Pick your guys and feel great about it. But I just want to give y'all, I want the science to make sense. I don't want y'all to be getting off guys just because they didn't score a lot of points. If the science makes sense, you can play anybody. And I'm talking about science where you going down with the ship, whatever your breakdown is. It doesn't have to be my science, but make it make sense. Because nobody's going to get scared off of certain things off 1 week and nothing in life. You're not going to quit a job just because 1 week went bad, right? So that's the same thing in life. Don't get off your players off 1 week. Things change. You can have a bad week at a job and end up being the best job that you ever had. Sports Dog said, TD took your advice and picked up Stafford. He's starting. Okay. I have Caleb Williams on the bench along with Love. Any idea when Caleb will be worth a start? You just got to wait it out, man. He's like a stash. Just wait it out. You might miss a boom game from him, but you have to do that after he went out and laid an egg. And I won't say an egg, but he didn't play well week 1. Now you have to wait to see him get better, play a good game before you can sit a guy like Stafford. Stafford, one of the safest quarterbacks that you can have. Okay, Country Six, I stuck with Pickens last year when everyone doubted him. I got a 44 point in the playoffs. I believe you did. That's what I don't want y'all to miss. Eric, what's up, Eric? Eric says PPR, ETN or Stevenson. I'm going with, that's tough. Let me see here. That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Steve. Man, I'm gonna go with Stevenson. I want you to be able to. I think you should be playing both of them. Both of them should be starters. But Stevenson got a decent matchup. I don't know if Seattle can stop the run. Enough to stop down Stevenson. Stevenson's gonna get all the goal line carries. He had a great game. ETN looked good before the fumble. But the matchup is pretty good. Cleveland got a good defense. I'm not scared of the defense, but they got a good defense. So, man, I'm gonna say Stevenson, but I think you should start both of them, Eric. I think you should start both. Okay, yeah, we did that one already. Okay. Weeby, what's up, bro? He says Jordan Mason or Rashid, St. Brown, Rice in the flex. So Jordan Mason or Rashid, St. Brown, Rice in the flex. Okay, Jordan Mason or Rashid, Rice in the flex. Oh, so you playing St. Brown? So I know you ain't, because St. Brown all day long. So play St. Brown if that's what you're asking me. But out of Jordan Mason, Rashid Rice, I'm going with Jordan Mason. Hit the like button, fellas. Appreciate you. Conscious Machine says, my top advice, never use Yahoo projections to help you. It's a joke. Dame says, hey guys from Facebook, come to YouTube if you can. I appreciate it. But it's okay to be on Facebook too. I appreciate the support. Dame says, need 2 flexes and a wide receiver 2. Options are Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith, Tank Dare, Worthy, Stevenson, or Dobbins. Need 2 flexes and a wide receiver 2. Okay, so you playing Garrett Wilson automatically at wide receiver 2. And then you need 2 flexes. I would say Devontae Smith. And Ramondre Stevenson. Devontae Smith and Ramondre Stevenson. But it's close between Tank Darrell, Worthy, and Stevenson. That's very, very close. I love Tank Dale, but it's hard when you play when y'all guys ask me about certain players with 5 guys, I'm gonna always give you the safe guy. What the reason why I can play guys like DK and Hit last year when nobody wanted to play him, these guys were you like, oh, that's a great call. The reason why it's a great call because I made room on my team to play these guys without putting them up against somebody else. Like if you put Tank Dell up against Stevenson and Devontae Smith and Gary, he can never get on the field. But if you just play him because you high on him and you trade guys that's in his tier or away from your team, that way you can start Tank Dell because you believe in him. Then you can make that start and sit easy, and then you don't have to miss his boom. But if you go and try to play matchups with guys like Tank Dell, that's fine. Sometimes you have to, but I think you need to make room on your bench for certain guys that are boom guys because it's hard to play them over safe guys that's giving you 13 points every week, but they don't have no potential to go for 30. They just gonna give you 13. So it's hard for me to play Tank Dell over Ramondre Stevenson, who got a safe workload, who's gonna get all the goal line carries. Worthy is volatile, so I would say tank a little bit over Worthy, but Worthy is the same type of guy. Just keep falling. I'm sorry, guys. Worthy is the same type of guy. You just kind of have to just play him in your lineup. You can't really put him in matchups. Conscious says, I be growing so many tomatoes, I gotta make chili. Bro got a garden. Be always in the garden. Will Hayes, what's up, bro? He said, should I start Xavier Worthy or DJ Moore in place of AJ Brown? Not trust if he plays Monday. I would say DJ Moore over Xavier Worthy this week. You got to get DJ. He's the number one wide receiver. He's going to get targets. Contra Machine says, Joey Porter Jr. scares me against Cortland Sutton today. I wish I had the guts to play Tajay or Justice. They both could have more receptions and 4 PPR. These receiving backs are dangerous. One thing about some of these wide receivers, they still can make plays against really great corners. But Cortland Sutton is not a guy that I would really want to play over Joey Porter Jr. So I understand that. But if you high on him, man, sometimes you just got to play guys unconsciously to catch their boom. Dane says 3 quarterback league. I have Hurts, Mahomes, Jaden Daniels, and Goff. Which quarterbacks would you line up this week? I would play Mahomes and Jaden Daniels. 3 quarterback league. I have Hurts. So I would play. Yeah, I would play. Let me see here real quick. I would play Mahomes, Jaden Daniels, and Hurts. That's who I would play. You got to put Hurts out there. If you don't want to play him because AJ Brown is out, I understand that. You could go with Goff. But you got to be okay with knowing that Jalen Hurts still could have a good game. And that's okay. I always tell y'all that's okay. You went down with what the science that you thought made sense. B Growing says, appreciate all the time and effort you put into this helping us make better decisions. I said what I said. Thank you, bro. Thank you. All right, so let me get to some of these guys that are not members. I'm gonna try to get to some of these comments. And remember, if you want to skip the line, you can super chat. Appreciate that, Josh. Josh said he's gonna say what he says. Joe Ortiz says, why wouldn't you start Dale? I would start Dale. I'm starting Dale now. I can't start Dale over some upper echelon guys. I can't start Dale over DJ Moore, but I'm starting Dale on my teams that I got Dale in. And I think I only got him maybe in one league and maybe some best ball leagues, but I'm starting them. I make room on my team. I don't got 5 wide receivers that I have to make a choice on. I can show y'all on Sleeper my start percentage. It's in the high 90s. All my leagues, my starts and sits are in the high 90s. Not because I'm so smart and I'm so intelligent and I got the best channel. It's because it's easy decisions for me. I just play my studs, guys that I like, even when they have a bad game. If I'm on to them, I like the way they playing, I just start them. Robert says, appreciate you being here, Robert. Guys, let's get the likes up. Let's hit the like button. Robert says, need 1 full PPR. Wan'Dale Robinson, Josh Downs, Chase Brown, or Bucky Irvin. Fill in for Walker. Thank you, TD. I probably would go with Bucky Irvin. I probably would go with Bucky Irvin over Wan'Dale Robinson, Josh Downs, Chase Brown, or I would go with Bucky Irvin. Yes, good morning, bro. Good morning. Morty Heen, what's up, bro? He says Dobbins, Ford, or Montgomery have PPR. I'm going with Ford. I'm gonna go with Ford over Montgomery and Dobbins, but it's close. Montgomery and Ford is very, very close. It's very close. So if you want to go with Montgomery, I don't think you would be wrong, but I must choose Ford. Robert Christian says start 2 defense, Jets, Seahawks, or Falcons. I'm going with the Jets, and I guess the Seahawks. Steve says, appreciate you being here, Steve. Steve says DK Metcalf or Najee Harris for my flex position. Who you got? That's tough. I think both of these guys are starters, Steve. Both of these guys are starters. But I'm going to go with Najee Harris because he's the running back getting all the goal line touches. I believe he can score this week. But I love DK, man, it's hard to ever get DK. When you compare DK to another player that's like kind of on his tier, you always going to go to the other player because we all know DK is volatile. He can go 2 weeks with 5 points, and then the next week he can go for 50. And it's hard to put start him over a guy that's going for 15 points every week. It's hard to do it. So I'm gonna say with Najee Harris. I'm gonna say Najee Harris. Joe says JK or Pacheco. I'm gonna go with Pacheco. I'm going with Pacheco. I'm not big on Pacheco, but I compartmentalize guys that I have not drafted to be able to answer y'all questions. I don't go and poo-poo on y'all guys that y'all draft because y'all know the guys that's been following me. I don't know, Joe, if you've been following me for a long time. So you guys don't take this literally, but I'm just trying to give an example. I'm not going to go and say, don't start Pacheco. He sucked. You should have drafted him anyway. I'm not going to do that because I draft players that nobody else want to draft, and I understand that. So I'm not going to be disingenuous and sit here and trying to, that's dumb. Why'd you draft him? That guy should never. If you draft a Pacheco, you have to play him. There's no way I'm sitting Pacheco for JK, not this week. I'm keeping JK because JK's getting better. I don't think it's JK going to be all JK this week. I don't think JK is ready to take the NFL by storm. Can he? Yes, he can. He did look good week 1. But this week, I'm still playing my studs. So I'm still playing a guy like Pacheco. LA, what's up, bro? He says standard starting Mahomes, JJ, Godwin, JT, B-Rob, Kelsey, and Worthy. Should I flex Adams or Najee over Worthy? Should I flex Adams or Najee over Worthy? I would flex Adams and Najee over Worthy. You might have to make some trades, LA, to consolidate. You need to be able to play Worthy in the flex and don't have too much competition there. Have all your players, your running backs, and have a deep bench of running backs, not wide receivers, because that makes fantasy very, very hard. Imagine you have to choose between George Pickens and Devontae Adams, or that type, or Worthy and somebody. You looking for Worthy to score off of 4 targets, and just because he scored off 4 targets, I hit. No, I don't play fantasy that way. I'm not gonna sit there and say I made a great call. He got 4 targets, but he scored on a reverse for 80 yards. Bro, that could have happened any type of way. He could have not scored and had a bad fantasy week. So consolidate. That way you can play these guys like a Xavier Worthy, and they can hit for you. But I would say, should you flex Adams or Najee? I would play Adams over Najee and Worthy. Adams just his draft capital. He's the only guy getting targets like that. But I do think Adams and Najee and Worthy are all starters. On my teams, I'm starting them all. So we got some super chats in the building. Appreciate you guys. The first super chat we got is Chris Vila. What's up, bruh? He says pick 2 PPR. London, Dale, Olave Worthy, Brian Thomas Pollard. I think you got to roll London out there again because of this draft capital. And then the second guy, I would say, I would go with Brian Thomas Jr. and London. If it was me, bro, Chris, I would try to trade London or somebody that way I could play Tank Dale and Worthy and Brian Thomas. Like I would try to clean up my lineup. That way I can make these plays on these because you got some good wide receivers outside of London. We know what London is, but he's slowing your team down because you have to play him. You can't have this type of guy. That's bad fantasy in my. But listen, bro, if you want to say, I don't care where I drafted him, I sit the number 1 overall pick. That's fine. I get that. Some people play that way. Me, I won't sit my number 1 overall pick if he's getting targets and he's healthy and they're just going through some problems on the team or with the offense. So maybe if you could get rid of London or keep London and play him. But right now, I would say London and Brian Thomas. To me, the guys who have the biggest boom, who can score the most points, is Tank Dell. It's Tank Dell and London. I keep London in there because his potential. He gonna get the targets. They know what he is. So I would say Tank Dell and London. You need to get Tank Dell out there. Out, man. With Olave, all they're gonna do is give you a headache week to week. You're gonna be mad when you didn't play him and he boom, and then you're gonna be mad when you play him. Vice versa. Vice versa. So I would just play I would play London and Brian Thomas today, but I would try to clean up so I could get Dale in my lineup. Next super chat from Rockout. What's up, bro? He says OBJ likely or Goddard or Rondell Robinson or Anana Mitchell. I'm likely over Goddard all day. That's easy. And I'm going with Mitchell over Rondell Robinson. Rondell Robinson is safer in full PPR, but I think AD Mitchell can boom. AD Mitchell missed like 2 passes where he was wide open for 60-yard bombs for touchdowns. So he could have had 120 yards off 2 targets and 2 TDs. That makes him a top 5 wide receiver. So I'm going to say AD Mitchell just to see what happens with that boom quarterback that they got, AR. And then I'm going to say play likely over Goddard. And another super chat. Appreciate you, Rock Out again. He says Worthy or Jacobs. I think you got to play Jacobs. They're going to run the ball a lot. I don't feel great about Jacobs, but that's why I didn't draft him. But that doesn't have anything to do with this question. I'm playing Jacobs over Worthy right now. You have to play that running back because he's going to get that goal line touch. And that goal line touch, that's what fantasy football is about. Appreciate the super chats, guys. Let's see. Where was I at? Joe says McBride for the flex. You can do that. He's getting enough targets, but it just depends on your team. But I'm okay with putting McBride in the flex. He's that type of tight end. He's getting close to 10 targets. I do believe McBride is going to eat. He didn't eat last week, but he had the targets to eat, so that matters. But it just depends on who you're playing them over. Joe says Worthy would be my second. Okay, I don't know what these questions are for. Okay, Joe said he's starting Worthy everywhere he have him. I get that. I love the way you break that down. That's how you got to play. You can't say we're Worthy or Drake London because you're gonna go with Drake London. But if you just play Worthy, no matter where you drafted him, that's how you go and catch that boom, and that's what I do. Joe says Worthy equals Hill. I can see that on this offense, yes. That boom potential. Mr. To You, what's up, bro? He says, need one for the flex, 9 PPR. Brian Robinson or Malik Neighbors. I'm playing Malik Neighbors. 4 PPR. Oh, 9. Okay. Need one for the flex, 9 PPR. Okay, 9 PPR. Bro, I'm going to still say Malik Neighbors. He's like that. I could be wrong. Brian Robinson is a great play. He's a good play every week, as long as he's healthy. But Malik Neighbors is an upper echelon wide receiver, man. He's going to lead this team in targets. So I'm going to say Malik Neighbors because I think he can score. He does not listen to bad news. What's going on? He says, yesterday morning, I traded CMC and Waddle to the 49ers fan for Nakua and Taylor. How did I do? You got off that CMC train, and you got off Waddle with you don't know when Tua's coming back. And you got Nakua when he's coming back late, but you got Taylor, who is an optimal top 5 running back potentially. I think it's solid. I think it goes your way because you got Taylor out the business, and hopefully you can start Taylor as your RB1 or RB2. That's fantastic. If you can start, it's really about Taylor. And you can wait on Puka Nakua to come and see what he does. And you got off the CMC, waiting on CMC. You got off the Water. Is he going to get any targets with Skylar Thompson? I get it. So I like the trade. Samuel says, what up, bro? He says, full PPR, Cook wide receiver or Christian Kirk, also ETN or Brian Robinson. So I'm gonna say I guess I'll go with Brandon Cooks. Oh, a little bit over Christian Kirk this week, and that can change every week. This week I'm gonna go with Cooks, but it can change every week. Between ETN and Brian Robinson, I'm going with ETN over Brian Robinson. Hopefully that's not B. John Robinson, but over Brian Robinson, I'm playing ETN, even though they got a tough matchup. NMB, what's up? He says, should I trade Chase? Where he might sit out? So yes, it depends on what you get for him. Make sure you get something nice for some games or just not try. Right. I feel that. I respect that. Father Jesse says Tajay Spears, Chase Brown, Justin Hill, start one. I'm gonna go with Tajay over Justice Hill. I love Chase Brown, but we got to see more from him. We got to see more from this offense in totality. So I'm gonna go with Tajay slightly off of Chase Brown and Justice Hill. Steven, what's up, Steven? Matt, he says I'm starting Chase Brown over Madison. I respect that. This could be his game, but with me making content, I can't give y'all my personal decisions. I have to put that to the side. I hope y'all know that. But just because I say I like a player don't mean I'm going to tell you to start him, because I have to give you the best data and the best start possibly. I cannot, and I have to give you the scenarios. I'm starting Chase Brown in most of my leagues over a guy like Madison, but that doesn't mean that Madison had a better game than Chase Brown, and looks like he got a better road than Chase Brown does. But I understand why you starting Chase Brown. Joe says it's Mason's show till CMC. Yes, it's Mason's show till CMC is back. Facts. Calvin says full PPR flex Charbonnet, Ford, or Pittman. I'm going with Pittman over Ford and Charbonnet. I love Charbonnet, but he has a tough matchup also. Ford, I like Ford. He looks like a good play, but I got to go with the top 12 wide receiver. I think Pittman is a top 12 wide receiver. Pittman slightly over Ford, but all three of those guys are starts, man. I think you can start any of those guys, but I'm going to say Pittman. Kale says J-Mo or Christian Kirk in the flex. I'm going to go with J-Mo over Christian Kirk. Brian Ortega says, top of the morning, TD. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. KO says, would you pick up Juwan Johnson or Hunter Henry? Juwan Johnson. I like Hunter Henry, but right now I would say Juwan Johnson. Okay, yeah, we talked about the undrafted. Would you hold or sell Joe Burrow? It depends on what I can get for him. It depends. So you got to give me some quarterbacks that you can get for him. But yes, I will hold on to him. I'm not going to go down a tier. I go lateral to a guy that I can trust, but I'm not going to go down a tier unless it's a guy that looks like he's booming or he slipped in the draft. Father Jesse says, okay, we did that one already. Kale says Jerome Ford or Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara. Joe says Parkinson tight end or Watson for the flex. I will go with Christian Watson over Parkinson. Tail Dog, what's up, bro? He says greetings. Start Likely or Ingram. Trade Kamara for A-Chain. This is what I'm gonna say, man. I'm gonna say go with Ingram one more week because Ingram is a top 5 tight end, bro. I'm gonna say go with Ingram one more week before we start putting Likely over these tier 1 guys. So I'm gonna say go with Ingram one more week, and then we'll put Likely in the next week. That's just how I would play it. I'm not gonna sit here and just tell you likely he's gonna go like he did last week. I think likely gonna have a good week. I think he's gonna get 6 to 8 targets at like a wide receiver. But Ingram could catch 2 touchdowns from Trevor Lawrence. So I'm gonna say start Ingram one more week, and if likely outdoes him, then I think you can go on and we'll know likely is an upper echelon guy. But we need to see it one more week before you start him over a guy like Ingram. Eric, what's up, Eric? Okay, we did that already. I think I said Stevenson was the safer play over ETN. Barlow, he says DJ Moore, B-Rob. I'm gonna go with DJ Moore in full PPR. In standard, I'm gonna go with B-Rob. But in full PPR, I'm going with DJ Moore. Cap Flowers. He says full PPR, I need a desperate flex, Michael Wilson or Tyler Johnson. I'm gonna go with Michael Wilson. Dustin and Tori's. Dustin, good morning and good luck. Thank you, Dustin and Tori. The Gone Network says Dobbins or J-Mo. I'm gonna go with J-Mo because they still got Gus Edwards, who I think can get some goal line touches. I'm gonna go with J-Mo for this week. Even though I'm a little bit nervous because he had a little bit of an injury, but I'm gonna still go with him. Okay, hold on. Let me see. All right, I got some more super chats. Let me see here. Did we do that one already? I'm apologize for we did it already. But yeah, I said Jacobs. And this one rock out. I traded Cooper and B-Rob for Evans. I don't know about that, bro. I'm gonna have to be honest with you. If you traded Cooper Kupp or Amari Cooper and B-Rob, I still don't like it. I think Evans is an older wide receiver, and I think he's going to trend down as we get deeper in the season. And I would say B-Rob probably would be a great third and fourth quadrant running back. I think this run game ain't gonna do no but get better as long as he's healthy. But I get it. Right now it looks good, but I don't think it's gonna be good in the third and fourth quadrant. Let's see where we at. Goat Nobility. No Billy. YouTube. What's up, my guy? What's up, bro? He says, in full PPR format, are we going Ford or Charbonnet? That's a great question. I'm going to go with Ford because Charbonnet playing against the New England Patriots, and I believe in the New England Patriots. I think Charbonnet going to have a solid game. I would project Charbonnet with probably about 12 to 15 points at his floor. I would project Ford probably with about 15 points at his floor, possible more. Just because the common denominator that make me go to Ford is New England Patriots. So I'm going to go with Ford over Charbonnet. As my RB2. Yeah, I would go with Ford over Charbonnet, but I think both of them are starts. Both of these guys are starts. Dustin and Tori says, big money lead. I don't trust myself anymore. PPR flex 1. Diggs, Olave, Sharps, Ford. Thanks and good luck. I would say you need to try to get Charbonnet and Ford in your lineups. That's why, guys, you can draft and get redundant. Yes, we do like to draft backup running backs, and we might already have a good running back team. But you need to try to make room for a case of a stud go down, that you can put him in the lineup. Diggs and Olave are good wide receivers. They solid wide receivers. They are must starts every week most of the time, unless you're in an 8-man league or something like that, right? But I think Charbonnet and Ford are going to get more goal line and get the green zone touches, which can score you fantasy football points. That's 6 points for one play. I would say, I'm going to say Ford over Charbonnet. I'm going to say Ford over Charbonnet. I'm going to say Ford. I hate to say Ford over Olave, man. Olave is the number 1 wide receiver for them, but he's volatile. So I'm going to say Ford over Olave and Diggs. Diggs had a touchdown, Diggs is the green zone guy that they're going to try to get him touchdowns. He's not going to have the yards like Tank Dale or Nico, but he's going to have green zone touches just to satisfy him. I like him too. I like all those guys that you got, but I'm going to say Ford and Sharps, and then I'm going to say Ford over Sharp. Thomas says, I got a trade offer. Giving James Conner and DJ Moore and getting Tyreek Hill. I like it. As long as you got backups for Conner and DJ Moore, or D Conner. But you got to be patient with Tyreek and wait. And you have to be willing to wait for Tua to come back, because Tua is coming back, but he could go down again with another concussion injury. So that's what you're dealing with if you go with Tyreek. But the chance of him booming, because I think he can boom without Tua, and I'm pretty sure you do too. So I do like you doing it, going to get buying low on Tyreek Hill right now, because there's no other time that you would be able to get him. I like that trade, bro. I like it. But I think you got to be willing to go down with the consequences of the trade. If it don't hit, you got to be okay with that. Kills, what's going on? He said Jaden Reed or Javonte Williams have point PPR. I'm going with Javonte with Malik Willis being the quarterback. I like Jaden Reed, but if I can see, if he goes off this week, then Jaden Reed is the number one wide receiver, in my opinion, in this quadrant over everybody else. But I'm gonna go with Javonte. I'm gonna go with the running back one more week and half point PPR. Charlie says Flowers are worthy this week. I'm going with Flowers. 10 targets this week. He's getting 10 targets. Kel says that Xavier Worthy, Kamara, or Ford in the flex. Kamara. Cap Flowers says, wow. No, I ain't skipped you, bruh. And listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. If y'all say I skipped you and I go back up and I find out I didn't skip you and you slow me down like that, I'm not gonna read out your comment. And because I try to read out everybody's comment. I'm gonna read out my members' comments first. So I didn't skip you. If you think I skipped you to go to a members comment, then you need to sign up as a members, bro. But I appreciate you being here, Cap Flowers. Appreciate you being here. Chris says best stats: A.D. Mitchell, Wandale, Braylon, Jamal Williams. I'm gonna say A.D. Mitchell, man, because I think he can ball out this week. Braylon, he's a top handcuff stash, but stash who can boom any week, no matter what's going on, it'll be A.D. Mitchell. Johnny says start Fields or Burrow this week. You got to start Burrow. You have to start Burrow. All right, we got another super chat in the building from my homie, the Don. Appreciate you, bro. The Don says PPR, 2 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 flex. Okay, so we got to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 wide receivers. So I'm going to go with Zay Flowers and DK Metcalf. I'm going with Zay Flowers and DK Metcalf. And the flex, I'm going to say Brian Thomas Jr. And the 1 running back that you should be starting, I'm going to go with Ford. I'm going to go with Ford over Najee and Monty, but that's close, man. All 3 of those guys was in the same tier. I've been seeing that question a lot today. I'm going to go with Ford. I like his matchup. He's playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to go with Ford over Monty and Najee. Appreciate you, Don. Let's see here. Mark says, happy football day. Full PPR need one. Really, Deontay, Wandale, or Dortch. I have Murray as my quarterback. And full PPR, I'm going to go with Ridley over Deontay and Wandale and Dortch. I like Dortch, but he's not ready to be started over Ridley. Rock out for that full PPR. Okay, between Worthy and Jacobs. I'm still going with Jacobs. Rock out. I'm still going with Jacobs. Ivan, what's up, bro? Appreciate you. He said, "What's good, sir? What are your thoughts on Zach Charbonnet filling in for Kenneth Walker?" I love Zach. I'm starting him, bro. I got him in one league, and I got him in a couple best ball leagues, so that's easy best ball. But in one league that I got him in, I'm starting him. It's easy. I have no conscience about starting him. The only thing is he does have a tough matchup, but a tough matchup doesn't scare me with a running back that got getting 100% of the touches. It doesn't scare me. So I'm still willing to start Zach Charbonnet. He's definitely a start today. You always got if a premium handcuff like that, he gets the starting role, you got to play him almost 9 times out of 10. Slick Rick, he says, I have Tank, but I'm probably not playing him today. I feel you. I'm playing him. I'm not gonna miss his boom. Tank is gonna be in my lineup every week unless something happens. Slick Rick says the fantasy community hyped up London because of nerd stats, right? And cost his ADP to rise. Facts, Slick Rick. Dude hasn't done ish to deserve his high draft capital. Facts. Facts. All right, let me go up here. Because I've been probably skipping over some of my. No, I haven't. Okay, Thomas. I got a trade off. Forgive me, James Conn. Okay, I did that one already. Appreciate you, bruh. Okay. Let me see here. The Conscious Machine talks about the honey touches. And then we got Tron. Tron says, who would you start at flex? McLaurin, JSN, Brandon Cooks, Madison, or Sutton? I'm starting McLaurin over those guys. McLaurin over JSN, Brandon Cooks, Madison, and Sutton. B Growing says medium rare or medium steaks. I like medium steaks. Bro, before I got with my girl, I ate my steaks well done. Didn't want no pink in it, no form of fashion. That's to me, that's raw meat. I'm gonna get sick. And then one day she got a medium steak and she cut a piece of it off and told me to taste it. And I bit into it and all that salt juice ran in my mouth, all that flavor and salt juice. I said, yeah, you can't, I'm not eating no steak no more unless it's medium. So I like my steaks medium. Yep. I like my steaks like I like my women, man. Medium. Oh, but let me stop. RG, what's up, bro? He says Brian Thomas Jr. or Pickens against the Shirts. Man, Pickens got a tough matchup. I'm gonna go with Brian Thomas Jr. RG says Pickens against Sortain or Brian Thomas. You're right, Brian Thomas. He got a tough matchup. Pickens does. Rockout says thanks as always. Anytime, bro. Chris says Amari Cooper or Brian Thomas are likely at the flex. Got McBride in the tight end. I'm going with Amari Cooper at wide receiver over Brian Thomas. You got to play Amari Cooper. Okay. Sports Dog. He says, TD, my other 8-team standing league, I have Lamar Jackson, and I could get Rashard Bateman. I have Terry McLaurin and Garrett Wilson in my wide receivers, and Terry McLaurin in my flex. Would you flex Bateman instead of McLaurin? No. Play McLaurin all day, bro. Play McLaurin. That's a great team, too. Chris says, Pollard, White, or Montgomery. I like Pollard. But I can't play him with the Jets. I would go with Montgomery over Pollard and White. So yeah, squeeze. Play Gibbs and Montgomery. That's what I would do. I would play Gibbs and Montgomery. That's just how I see it. If you don't want to do that, then I guess you could go to maybe White with Bucky Irvin taking his snaps. Harami says, would you trade away Worthy for Aaron Jones? No. I'm not going to get Aaron Jones with a guy like Worthy. I'm gonna play Worthy, especially with Marquise Brown being out. I'm keeping I'm keeping Xavier Worthy all year long. Martin Torres in the building. What's up, bro? Nicholas Shannon said, "You think Tyreek's still going to be good?" I think he's still going to be a solid. I still think he's a top 12 wide receiver. I think he could be around the top 12, top 8. I don't think he's a top 5 guy without Tua, but I do think he's a top 12 guy, and I'm okay with that. My team still are going to be okay. I don't see another wide receiver that I'm willing to trade and go get. Not even Cooper Kupp. I'm worried about his injury. Tyreek, I trust his injury history. I would stay with Tyreek, me personally. That's just me though. Chris says better backup, Carr, Fields, or Knicks. Carr. Voltron Comedy says, you think the Pats will be a top 5 defense this year? Yes, I do, bro. I do. I think Gerard Mayo liked that. He learned a lot from Bill Belichick through all those years from the last 10 years. I think he's got he calls the game really good. Wesley Mendez says Brian Robinson or Shaheed for Malik Neighbors. Brian Robinson and Shaheed for Malik Neighbors. Yes, if you can't get Shaheed and Brian Robinson into your lineup and you're trying to consolidate, sometimes you got to consolidate like that. I like that, Wesley. I like Brian Robinson. I like Shaheed, but you don't want, if you could play them every week and you wouldn't have to worry about it, I say you're good. But if you have to make the decision of playing Brian Robinson this week and then not playing him next week, or playing Shaheed this week and not playing him, then hell yeah, get rid of him and go get you a stud that you can play every week. So I love that. That's what I be talking about. That's my main point in fantasy right there. That a lot of people don't understand the way I pick. I'm not always right, and I'll tell you quick that I'll miss. And I'll tell you that I could miss before I even answer your question. But I love the way you answer. This is a great question, bro. This is how you break it down. Consolidate and go get you a stud. Nicholas says Zay Flowers or J-Mo. I'm going with Zay Flowers. Rockout says he was a big Browns fan. Okay, I got you. Rockout says they needed a running back. Okay. Locust, what's up? He says pick 2, Diggs, AJ Brown, and Worthy. I'm going, AJ Brown could be hurt, so I'm going with Worthy and Diggs. Siobhan says, great live, TD. I got to go. Good luck, everyone. Hope everyone wins their matches today. Appreciate it, Siobhan. Appreciate you. Chris says trade Debo for Flowers and McLaurin. No, Debo a league winner, bro. Listen, I love that. I love what you're saying. I just don't want to trade. I think Debo gonna ball out for this year as long as he's healthy. But I like, man, listen, either way is good. This is an even trade. This is a tomato trade because I love Flowers and McLaurin. But Flowers and McLaurin are going to be good wide receivers. I think they top 12 potential. Debo top 3, top 2, especially with Tyreek Hill and Waddle moving out of that top 5. I think Debo could be a top 5 wide receiver, bro. He's going to have goal line touches. He's going to be getting reverses. I mean, they're going to be feeding Debo with CMC out. That's why I'm not that high on the other guy, Garendo, the backup running back for San Francisco, because of Debo. I say hold on to Debo. I think you got a league winner with Debo, Chris. Great question. Free Smoke, what's up, bro? He says 49ers defense versus Minnesota or Philly defense versus Atlanta. I'm going with 49ers defense. I'm going with the 49ers defense. Tobias, what's up? He says Ridley, Worthy, or Singletary in the flex. I'm going with Worthy slightly over Ridley. I'm going with Worthy because of the offense is better over Ridley and Singletary. Chris says, should I keep Herbert as a backup in a 1-quarterback league? Starter is Hurts. Yeah, and then you can look for trade capital as the season goes on. So, yeah, keep both. Always have a backup plan. Unless it's like you in the playoffs and you got to make a move. You can get rid of them because you don't need them anymore. But not in the middle of the season. You don't drop candy. Don't drop money. That's money and that's candy for other people to pick up and try to beat you with later. Don says, thanks, TD, anytime. Brian O'Checker says, any sleeper tight end today, bro? Lost Ferg and Roland Taysom out for the moment. Let me see. A sleeper tight end. You got Kobe Parkinson. That's one. I'm looking for two more. I'm going to give you three. I'm looking for two more. Jawan Johnson. That's a great one. Jawan Johnson. And Jawan Johnson and Pat Fryermuth. Jawan Johnson and Pat Fryermuth. Hopefully that helped you out, bro. It's some tight ends out there that you can find. I also like Taysom Hill too. Don't because Taysom Hill can boom. He's one of these players where you can't have no conscience and you just gotta play him. Because he can give you a 0 or he can give you 20. Chris says pick 2. RB Chase, Connor, Henry, Ford. I'm gonna go with Ford and Connor. Oh, wait a minute. That's Derrick Henry. Hold up. I'm going with Connor and Henry. I can't get Ford over Connor, and I can't get him over Henry. I wanted to put Ford over Henry. I can't do it. I want to put Ford over Connor. I can't do it. So I'm gonna go with Henry and Connor. Harambe said some guy in my league is trying to get Worthy for Aaron Jones. I told him to send Jordan Mason and we can talk. Right. He's trying to get Worthy for Aaron Jones. So you got Worthy and he want to give you Aaron Jones. You like, now give me Jordan Mason. Right. I agree with that. Sports Dog Satiti, I guess I'm asking, should I pick up Rashad Bateman? He is available in my league, and I do have, stash him. He definitely is a stash. You stash him. I'm stashing Bateman. I swear, in the beginning of the year, guys, and I made that video, I told you to stash Bateman, Likely. So yeah, I'm basically stashing. I'm stashing Bateman and Likely. Bateman gonna be okay. Bateman gonna when the bye weeks come, Bateman, people gonna love to have Bateman. Bateman gonna be, he's not gonna be on waivers because he's gonna be a great pick to play when you got a bunch of wide receivers on bye week. Kale says Seattle or Jets D. I'm going with Jets D all day long. Harami says, yes, TD, we too smart to get violated via trade, if you know what I mean. Right. Facts. Joe Bob says, trade Jaden Reed for Najee Harris. I get Harris. I need a running back. Yes. Thank you for putting that. You need a running back. That helps. Because sometimes people just do a move. Hey, I just did it. I didn't need anybody, but I thought it was a good move. Don't do it. Right? When you go to the grocery store and they say, hey, you buy 5 cans of soda, you can get 10 more. You don't need 18 boxes of soda. I'm not buying this, so don't give a damn what kind of deal it is. Nope, I'm good. I'm saving my money. We're going to the house. We got 1 box of sodas for the family. That's how you got to play fantasy. You ain't just gonna be able to hit me up with a trade and think I'm gonna give you something just because you want to show me somebody out there who's stranded. I'm good. I trust my team. You know how many people give up championships off trades and they had the championship, but they give it up because somebody made a trade with them. That's why I don't trade. I can count the amount of trades that I've done in my life. I've been playing fantasy football for about 5-6 years, fantasy football, and I've probably done 12 trades, maybe more, maybe a couple more than that. Mr. Sleeper, what's up, bro? I see you. Guys, let's get the likes up. Let me see how many likes we got. Let's see how many likes we got. Let's see how many likes we got. 42 likes, okay. I'm good with that. I'm good with the 42. 42 and a half. Y'all don't know nothing about that 99. Who been to the churches and they know this song called 99 and a half? Joe Bob says Pickens or MJH today. I would go with MJH. This is his last chance to me. If he can't do nothing today, like give you at least 12 points, then it's gonna be sad for us who drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. But I still think he's a buy low candidate. I still think he's a buy low. Brad McCoy, what's up? He said start Ford versus Jacksonville or Charbonnet versus New England. Bro, that's been the question of the day. I'm saying Ford over going against Jacksonville. Start Ford over Charbonnet. Both of them are starts for me, but I'm starting Ford over Charbonnet. Chris says I think Ertz is still a sleeper. He's somewhat of a sleeper. Everybody, listen. I'm not being disingenuous to what you're saying, Chris. Every player that's out there getting snaps is a sleeper because they all gonna have good weeks. That's why I always tell you don't chase sleeper points. You get your sleeper and play them when you can, but don't chase sleeper points because they volatile. But Ertz is a sleeper. Haramis, okay, we did that one already. Brian says trade B-Rob for Tank Dell. Need some better wide receiver depth. I'm cool with RB. Yeah, I would do that. I'm okay. Yes, I will go get Tank Dell. I'm good. Yes, that's a good move, bro. Ortega, Isaiah, what's up, bro? He said Jameson Williams versus David Montgomery flex 4 PPR. That's tough. That's tomato. I think the safe play is David Montgomery with 10 points. He's probably going to get one rushing touchdown today. Jameson Williams has the boom. He could go for a 70-yard touchdown. So what do you need? Do you need a boom or do you need safe? Are you okay with 13 points or are you okay with 4 points, 5 points? Like, what do you need? Do you need the safe play or the boom play? The boom play is Jameson. The safe play is David Montgomery. Me, if I got a good team, I'm going with the boom guy and I'm going to play Jameson. Tobias says 99.5 won't do. Okay. 99 and a half. Yes, sir. You remember that song, bro? Travis says, I'm running, trying to make 100. Okay, I got you. Oh, y'all crazy. Y'all stop it. They don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing about that. Richard says Flowers, Ramondre, or DK. Start 1, 4 PPR. Start 1. Full PPR, man. I'm gonna go with Flowers. He's getting 10 targets. But listen, I don't feel great about sitting Ramondre. I think you need to have or DK. Man, you got to kill a team, bro. I'm pretty sure this is probably an 8 to 10 team league. Flowers, Ramondre. I think I have that combination on a team, bro. And I'm starting all my guys. And I know our leagues are different, but I don't think you should be sitting Ramondre and DK. But in full PPR, I'm gonna give you the question for you. I'm gonna give you the answer for your question. I'm gonna say Flowers. Quinn says risk it with AJ Brown or sub him out for Amari. Sub him out for Amari. Quinn. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. Isaiah Alexis says, I'm already up big with James Cook, so I might take a chance on JMO. There you go. That's how you make that. That's another variable to bring into the scientific experiment. Guys, the way I look at life, a lot of people disagree with me a lot of things. I'm either 0 or I'm a 100. I don't do a lot of lukewarm. And the Bible is, forgive me, anybody, I'm not trying to get religious. The Bible says lukewarm people they can't serve two masters. So I'm either 0 or 100. So I'm going to play my guy like a JMO. I'm going to play him, or I'm not going to be safe. I'm either going to lose or I'm going to win big. I don't like that in between. That's why I had to learn a lot about betting. I used to always make these long parlay bets, and I would lose 1 or 2 games, and I would hit every blue moon. But I'm like, listen, if I just be safe a little bit, calm it down, I can hit. But that's just my personality, and I've won a lot in life with all types of situations, from sports to jobs to trying YouTube. I don't play in between. So I like y'all to try to do the same thing with fantasy football. When you bring in a variable, use that to be 0 or 100 on it. Don't be Luke. I kind of like it. I don't know. Don't be like, do it. I love the way you doing it. You say, you know what? I'm gonna take a chance on J-Mo. I don't care. I'm good. I'm already up with James Cook. I'm playing him. I like that type of decision making. That feels good to me. It feels Occam Razor. Occam Razor. Hector says Terry McLaurin or Brian Thomas. I'm going with Terry McLaurin slightly off of Brian Thomas Jr. Tail Dog says trade Kamara for A-Chain. No. Go ahead and keep Kamara. A-Chain makes me nervous, especially with no Tua. I like A-Chain. I'm starting him, but I would rather see Tua there. Joe Bob says Kyler Murray or Baker, patty cake Baker's man. Rolling around, throw him in the pan. I'm gonna go with Kyler Murray. Baker still is, he was the number 1 quarterback last week. I'm still going with Kyler Murray. Tail Dog says start Fields or Murray. Start Murray over Fields. Don, what's up, Don? Don Mayweather says, do you create DF? Yes, I'm doing some DF lineup as soon as I get off the this live. I already got them ready. I just got to go and set the lineups. Country Machine says, I'm down with Love and Walker. Luckily, I drafted Mason, but my team looks weak with Sutton and Javonte, 2 Broncos. It's okay. Maybe they do better this week. I think that team is going to get this team is going to keep getting better every week and every quadrant. Kill says Taysom Hill or Dalton Schultz. I'm going with Taysom Hill. Kale says J-Mo or Godwin in the flex. Godwin all day over J-Mo. Godwin is safe and he got some boom with him. He can get you 20 points. Richard says laugh out loud. It's a 12-team league, right? Tyreek and James Cook already played. Other starters are Mike Evans and Gibbs. Sub one or both for either Flowers or Ramondre. Sub one or other for either Flowers or Ramondre. So laugh. It's a 12-team league. Tyreek Hill and James Cook already played. Okay. Other starters are Mike Evans and Gibbs. You got to have Mike Evans and Gibbs in there. Sub one or both for either. Now you can't get. I don't see how you're gonna be able to get Flowers in there. You can't sit Mike Evans right now. You would have to trade one of those guys to put Flowers or Ramondre in them. I mean, in them. Pause to put one of those guys in. So, now I say just play Mike Evans and Gibbs. And if you want to trade, if Gibbs has a good game or Mike Evans has a good game, maybe I will keep Gibbs. But if Mike Evans has a good game, I would definitely trade Mike Evans so I could get Flowers in my lineup. I think you need to have Flowers in your lineup and Ramondre if you can. Tail Dog says your queen will have you eating rare steak soon. I said what I said. Hey, stop it, bro. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Isaiah says I have Kyler Murray, Derrick Henry, James Cook, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, Kyle Pitt, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jameson Williams starting this week. I think that's fine. Everybody should be starting that you listed. C.A. Jefferson says 2 flex, Jacobs, Brian Robinson, Shaheed Ford, or Jameson Williams. 2. I'm going to say Jacobs and Ford. Jacobs and Ford. You got to play those running backs. They getting the full workload. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody that was here. Y'all guys be safe. I appreciate the super chats. Let's get the wins today. See y'all later. Peace.
block, boy, look alive, look alive. I'm married to that money and I keep her by my side. They thought I wouldn't be shit, so why they face look so surprised. You ain't a real nigga, you just pussy in the skies. Whoa, yeah, look at a nigga now. When I put up to the jeweler, I'ma tell that nigga go and bust it down. Tryna count the money, damn homie, I done lost track of their mind. Turn me up, this that hot shit, it was kinda looking like a drought. I don't do this for the clout, bitch. Okay, turn me up, do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some bands on it. Okay, turn me up, do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some racks on it. Okay, turn me up, they don't wanna smoke 'em in my